Beautiful day, Patriots. How are you? It's a glorious time in our history. I would like to talk to you today about Q, POTUS Trump's tweets, and how we can connect the two together. When we follow Q, Q is constantly telling us to learn our comms. He's also constantly talking about timestamps. I've spent a lot of time on this thought of what does it mean, just like the rest of you have. We all have. What I have come up with and discovered through the grace of Jesus, because I am not able to have been able to figure this out on my own. I believe in Jesus and he has shown me this code, is that the timestamps can be very confusing. Because if I make a timestamp here where I'm at on the West Coast at 12 o'clock noon, the people on the East Coast are going to see that same timestamp at 3 p.m., a 3-hour difference. Even though technically in the realm of time and space, it was posted and seen at the exact same moment, there is a time difference. It can be very confusing. Now, if I make a tweet at 12 o'clock noon, and then I make a second tweet at 1 o'clock p.m., 1 hour later, the East Coast is going to see that timestamp of the first one, as I repeat myself, at 3 o'clock p.m., the first tweet, but the second tweet will be shown at 1 p.m., at 4 p.m. East Coast time. Okay, it's still the same. But the only thing that never changed, no matter where you are in the world, no matter what time zone you are in, the time between the two tweets stays the same. From 12 o'clock noon to 1 p.m. is a 1-hour difference. The people on the East Coast are going to see their tweets at 3 p.m. and 4 p.m., but their time in between tweets is 1 hour, the exact same as it is on the West Coast. And that will apply no matter where you are in the world, no matter what time zone you are going to be looking at. Therefore, my brain started to think about a timestamp code. This led to many different things, but as I say, Jesus guided me, and I got a lot of help from Q, and I started to piece the puzzles together and found out that it's not the time in between the tweets that is the most important part, because now we have to find the code. We call it the gap. So what I'm talking to you today about is the time stamp and gap code. We're going to be trying to do daily decodes and lessons as we continue on. But this is the beginning and the gist of how the formula works. So when POTUS Trump tweets a tweet, first thing in the morning, we're going to use that tweet as a starting point for the rest of the day. When he tweets a second tweet, I'm going to write down the timestamp, and I'm going to look at how many minutes or hours were in between the two tweets. We're going to use a very simple example of the 1 hour. That was 60 minutes in between the two tweets as our example. Well, we want to find the secret code, which is the gap, which is 1 minute less. So instead of it being 60 minutes, we are at 59. This is a way that the secret message could still be hidden. It's very obvious, it's very easy, but it's just not the exact 1 hour. So if this was the case, the timestamp and gap code of a 1 hour difference between POTUS Trump's two tweets would be 59. We will go to QDrop 59 and see what QDrop 59 says. Right now, on top of my head, I do not know what QDrop 59 says, and we are only using this as an example. It might blow our minds when we go look, but it's just an example. So my friends, this is a beginning crash course. We will continue going forward, and I want to say God bless you. I have a Twitter page called Beautiful Day Patriots United. You can come to my Twitter channel and follow daily updates. I do multi-decodes from the different military tweets because Q is a military operation. I decode POTUS Trump's tweets to the Q maps, and I do photo pictures explaining and showing how I got to each Q drop. There is a formula within the timestamp and gap code that does not vary. You stay within the rules, and it is absolutely an amazing military precision operation happening. All the glory to Jesus for showing me this. My friends, I love you so much. God bless America.